Hello everyone! In this tutorial we will be learning how to crochet these super cute crochet flowers in a pot. They work up really fast, probably only 20 to 40 minutes depending on your crochet speed, and they are really easy to make with really amazing results. The materials you're going to need for this project is yarn color of your choice for the flower itself. You're going to need some green yarn for the leaves, some brown yarn for the dirt, and yarn color of your choice for the pot. You will also be needing a ruler, some scissors, just very little bit of stuffing, some plastic canvas, and the plastic canvas we will just cut out some pieces and it will firm up your pot. You're going to need a round spice bottle to cut out the template for the bottom of your pot. So for the stem, you can use like a dowel and tape it up with floral tape, or you can use like a green stick of some sort. I got these floral sticks on Amazon. I got like 50 of them for like $5. I'll put the link for those in the description box below. A 5mm crochet hook, a Sharpie, a tapestry needle, and a stitch marker. You will also need a hot glue gun to glue a little round piece of plastic canvas together. So let's get right into the tutorial. To start, we will be making our flower first. So these pieces here, so this green stem part here and the flower itself are actually connected with just a change of colors. So we're going to start the flower with our green yarn. So make a magic ring. And if you don't know how to do this, I'll put a link in the description box below for a good video on that. And then chain one after you have made your magic ring. So for round one of the flower, we're going to put 6 single crochets in that magic ring. 4, 5, 6. And then pull on that tail end to cinch it tight. Take your stitch marker and put it inside your first or last stitch. I know most people put it in their first stitch, but for some weird reason I can't do that. So I always put my stitch marker in my last stitch. So you put your stitch marker in whichever stitch you like to put your stitch marker in. So to begin round 2, we're just going to single crochet in each stitch around. So rounds 2 through 3, we're just going to single crochet in each stitch around. So I will meet you back after I have completed round 3. So here I'm on my last stitch. So here I'm just going to change colors on my last stitch to my flower color yarn. I'm using this pretty ballerina pink color. And then move your stitch marker up. And to begin round 4, so technically the first round of the flower, we're going to chain 1, and we're going to be placing 3 half double crochets in each stitch around. That's 1, 2, and 3. And then go into the next stitch and repeat this process all the way around. At the end of round 4, you should have a total of 18 half double crochets. So I will meet you back after I have completed the first round of the flower or the 4th round. Here I'm on my second to last half double crochet, and then move your stitch marker up. At the end of this round, you should have a total of 18 half double crochets. So to begin round 5, or the second round of the flower, we're going to be placing 4 half double crochets in every stitch around. So 2, 3, 4, and then again in the next stitch, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'll meet you back after I have completed the end of round 5 or round 2 of the flower. At the end of round 5, you should have a total of 72 half double crochets. But if your stitch count is off, don't worry about it because it's a flower and it's just going to be scrunched up like this, so it doesn't really matter. So now we have completed our little flower, and you're just going to slip stitch to the first half double crochet and remove your stitch marker, and you can chain 1 and fasten off, leaving a long tail. So now to give your flower this little ruffle effect, grab your tapestry needle and thread your tapestry needle, and then basically if you look really closely here, you can see where we put those 4 half double crochet clusters for this end round. You can kind of see little spaces in between in your 4 half double crochets. So basically weave in and out between those little cluster holes, and basically keep repeating that until the last one. So now I've completed weaving, and you can just push in those little green tails from the green part here and then pull on your little weaving hole, and it really it pulls it tight just like that, and it looks super cute and pretty. So you can keep pulling until you feel like it's going to break, and then stop, and then weave in this tail end. I like to do a little knot on it just to make sure that it stays, but you feel free to do whatever you want to hold your little flower position after you like how it looks, and then just poke your tail end through there, and it's good to go. You can snip your tail end, and you have your little flower, and we'll add the stem in just a moment. So now to put the stem on, you're going to need your stem, your finished flower, and your hot glue gun. So mine's heating up right now, and I'll meet you back once my glue gun is finished heating. Now my glue gun is finished heating, and I'm going to take the end of my stem. So now I'm pushing this stem through, and then right before it's about to go through the full flower, you can take your glue gun and glue just a little bit along there, and that's just going to hold it to the flower a little bit better, and then pull that through until you like where it's placed. And if you want to, you can take your glue gun again and put it in there and then just glue a little bit more, and that usually holds it together pretty well. Now depending on your floral stem, it depends on if you can cut it or not. Like mine has metal inside of it, so I can't cut it with regular scissors. So since it has metal in it, I'm just going to bend it to where I want it to fit inside my pot. But you don't have to do this now until you have your pot and you can put it in. But usually about I'll just use my ruler so I can give you an exact measurement. So I guess about 3 to maybe 4 inches at most should be the height of your stem when it's already in your flower. So now let's make our leaves while our hot glue gun is still hot. So basically now what we're going to make is our leaves, and we're basically going to make a shape like this. This will be our 2 leaves, and what we're going to do is take our 2 leaves and wrap it around however you want your leaves, and then we're just going to glue it. So that's how we're going to make our leaves. If you want to make your leaves differently, you definitely can, but I'm just going to show you the way I like to do it. Now to make our leaf shape, we're going to make a slip knot and chain 14. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So make your chain of 14, And to make our leaf shape, we're going to single crochet in our first chain, then half double crochet in the next, double crochet in the next, and then make another double crochet in the next stitch, and then make another half double crochet in the next stitch, and then a single crochet in the next stitch, and then slip stitch into the next stitch, and then make another single crochet. So basically repeating that process again. So single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet, and then another double crochet in the next stitch, and then a half double crochet and a single crochet. And then here's our leaf shape, and I'm going to do something kind of unique. So first we're going to cut our tail in so it's about the same length as our beginning slip knot tail. And then instead of just fastening off with this end tail that is connected to our stitches, we're going to take both of the tails, so the tail from your slip knot and the tail that you just cut off, and you're going to chain one and then pull it all the way through. And this just makes it more pokey, look more like a leaf, and makes it look more like the other side. So now there's two options of what you can do with your leaf to get rid of these tail ends. Is you can either weave your tail ends, which is what I'm going to do, or you can glue them to the back side of your leaf, and they're going to be more noticeable than just weaving them in. So I'm just going to weave mine in to make them look a little bit nicer, and I'll meet you back. So now I finished weaving my tail end in, and now we are ready to glue it on to our flower. So first, just figure out exactly where you want it, and once you are good with how you kind of like it, you can unravel it again and then glue right in the center of your leaf where we made that slip stitch. Then put it right where you kind of wanted it when you positioned it, and wrap it around tightly as so. And I'm good with that. And if you don't want to do it with hot glue, that's fine. It does make it it shows a little bit of hot glue on it, which isn't a huge deal. But if you would like to do it differently, I'm sure there's other ways that you can put it on. You can use regular glue, but I feel hot glue is just the easiest, and it doesn't look that bad, especially if you hold it on the other side. And then if you want, you can add a little bit more glue wherever you think it might need it. So I think it needs a little bit right there. And then position it again, this. And here you have your flowers, its leaves. So now we can get to work making the pot and the dirt. So for the pot, we're going to start from the bottom up, and we're going to make a magic ring and chain one and put 6 single crochet in that magic ring. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then pull on that tail end to cinch the ring closed. And again, place your stitch marker in whichever stitch you like to usually do it. So for this end round, you should have a total of 6 stitches. And to begin round 2 of the pot, we're just going to increase in each stitch around. To make an increase, you're just going to put 2 single crochets in each stitch around. And at the end of round 2, you should have a total of 12 single crochets. I will meet you back. So here I finished round 2, and to begin round 3, we're just going to single crochet in the first stitch, and then make an increase in the next, and then single crochet in the next stitch, and increase in the next. And repeat this process all the way around. And at the end of this round, you should have a total of 18 single crochets. I will meet you back. So now I'm on my last stitch, and I have a total of 18 single crochets. So now to begin round 4, we're just going to be single crocheting in the back loops only in every stitch around. So back loops in each stitch around, and I will meet you back after I have completed round 4. Now I've finished round 4, and to start round 5, we're just going to single crochet in each stitch around, and you should still have a total of 18 single crochets. So rounds 5 through 9, we're just going to single crochet in every stitch around using both loops together. So I'll meet you back after I have completed round 9. So last stitch, and this is the end of round 9. I still have a total of 18 single crochets. So now to begin round 10, we're just going to single crochet into the back loops only once again, and you should still have a total of 18 single crochets at the end of round 10. I will meet you back. So here I'm at the end of round 10, and now I'm going to begin round 11. So rounds 11 through 13, we're just going to single crochet in both loops in every stitch around, and you should still have a total of 18 single crochets. I will meet you back. So here I've completed round 13, and I still have a total of 18 single crochets. So here comes the fun part. So you can get rid of your stitch marker, and what we're going to be doing is basically we're going to fold over that little cuff that we made after round 10. So we have rounds 11, 12, and 13. So just fold that over, and basically what we're going to do is we're going to slip stitch into, if you look very closely, you can see those front loops that we pushed out when we worked into the back loops only. So basically what we're going to do is go into your front loop from round 10, and then go into the next stitch that is on round 13 and make a slip stitch. And then for the next one, go into the next stitch of your front loops only and grab your stitch from round 13 and make another slip stitch. And repeat this process all the way around, and I'll meet you back when I finished round 14. Last stitch. And here I have finished this little fold for our pot. So here you can chain one and fasten off, and we are ready to cut and glue our plastic canvas to hold this pot together. So now while we are cutting our plastic canvas, I would recommend that you turn your hot glue gun back on. If you didn't leave it in the whole time we were making the pot, you can do that now while we're cutting that. So I will plug my glue gun in while we cut our plastic canvas. I just plugged my hot glue gun in, and now we can start cutting the plastic canvas. So basically what we're going to do is, if you look here at this pot, we're just going to cut a panel and then glue that panel together to make the walls of our pot. And then we're also going to use our round spice bottle to cut the bottom of the pot. So for the panel, we're going to need a panel that measures 5 inches. So you can mark that with your Sharpie. 5 inches by 1.5 inches. So, let's see. 1.5, like that. And what I like about plastic canvas is it has these mesh holes in it, so you can just follow the line and cut along that, so you don't have to measure too much and Sharpie everything. So I'm just going to cut this out, and I'll meet you back after I've finished cutting this out. So here I'm finished, and I have this plastic canvas panel that we're basically going to glue, so it makes this little round circle here, and then we're going to just place that in the walls of our pot. But first we still have to make our bottom template. So if you look at your pot and you see that your spice bottle is way smaller or way bigger, then don't use that, obviously. Try to find something in your house that matches the size of your bottom pot. My spice bottles seem to fit really well, so that could just be mine. But find something in your house that will work as a bottom template, unless you just want to try to cut out by freehand, which I am really not good at. So I'm going to place my spice bottle on my plastic canvas and use my Sharpie and just go around like this. And once you have your circle marked, you can just cut it out, and I'll meet you back after I've finished cutting this circle out. So I have finished cutting out my two templates, and my hot glue gun is finished heating. So what we're going to do is glue probably 2 squares in, just like this, and then fold this over 2 squares in, and you kind of have to hold this for a while because for some reason it just won't glue very well. So you just have to hold it for a few minutes until it's actually dry, and I'll meet you back after my glue is dried. So now my glue has dried, and what we're going to do is actually first we're going to take our tail end and get rid of that. So you can just poke your hook in from the inside of your pot and grab your tail end and just pull that through, and it will be hidden by the dirt that we're going to make in just a moment. So you can take the bottom piece of your template and push that in, and then you can take your circle template that we made here, your other circle template, your round body one, and push that in. And this makes your pot a lot more sturdy, and it looks really nice. And if you want to, you can glue from the inside. Let me fix my lighting so you can see it a little better. There we go. If you look inside, you could just glue from the bottom. So you can glue this piece and the bottom piece together. But I don't feel like I want to do this right now. So if you want to, feel free to. I'm just not going to right now. Now we can get to work making our dirt. So grab your brown yarn and make a magic ring and place 6 single crochets in that magic ring. Okay, so I have 6 single crochets. And place your stitch marker in whichever stitch you want. And for the first round, we're just going to increase in every stitch around. So make increases in every stitch around, and at the end of round 2, you should have a total of 12 single crochets. So I'm in my last stitch, and move your stitch marker back up. And for the final round, so round 3, we're just going to place 1 single crochet in the first stitch and then increase in the next, and repeat that process all the way around. I'll meet you back. Last stitch, and you can remove your stitch marker and slip stitch into the first stitch and fasten off, leaving a long tail. I don't know why I just did that. Fasten off, leaving a longer tail than what I just did. And we're going to sew this to our pot. So I'm going to sew mine until I have just a little bit of space left so we can stuff it and put our flower in. So I'll meet you back in just a minute. I finished the pot and I left a little bit of space. So now what we're going to do is take our flower, and what I like to do is take my tapestry needle and open up that magic ring that we made for the dirt, and then pop your flower in. So this is what I said earlier. You can decide how big you want your stem, and I like how mine is right now. So I'm just going to leave it like this, but this is where you can trim yours however you want to. So after we kind of like where we placed our stem, we can lift it open a little bit and glue from the bottom so that it keeps the flower in place. And then grab a little bit of stuffing and push that in there, and that just makes the flower more sturdy in there with the stem, because it just will move all over the place even though you glued it. So stuff it just a very little bit to really like how your flower is situated. And I like mine just like this. And now I'm going to finish closing up my little dirt. Thank you so much for watching how to crochet a little flower in a pot with me. If you like this video, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Also, if you are interested in the pattern for this flower, I will be putting that on my Etsy shop soon, so keep your eye out for that, and I will link my Etsy shop in the description box below, so you can see when I put this flower in a pot on my Etsy shop. Thank you so much. Bye!